Hi guys, this is Sert, and today I'll do a bit different video where I'll try to explain basic tactics in for team games in modern Rome Total War. So for Rome Total War of 2016 and 17, because for those who didn't play Rome Total War a while, game changed a bit, and today skirmish tactics are dominating, or even those who play still they know that skirmish tactic is the most important tactic in 2016, but the tactic is developed even more. So there is so-called, in Rome Richter clan, so-called tactic, the flank domination, or even an absolute flank domination. So the flank domination is basically where concretely 1-1, where you are dominating on bottom flags and trying to surround the opponent, and an absolute the flank domination, in short TFD, is where you leave empty center and skirmishing with all your troops on both flanks. In team games it is hard to play an absolute flank domination, but TFD is possible, especially with good cooperation and coordination. So here I will give basic tips and tactics about modern team gaming. So I'll show you battles 3 versus 3, because these are the most common, but all these tactics can be used also for 4 versus 4. 2 versus 2 is a bit different games. It's not even kind of team game, but it is a partner team game. So it's quite different, just like one-on-one. So there are 3 disciplines, in my opinion, in Rome Total War. There is one-on-one, 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, and team games. It's 3 versus 3 and 4 versus 4. So like I said, I'll show you how it should look 3 versus 3 team games. And let's say that this white field is actually the field of Rome Total War, so the grassy flatland. And let's say, for instance, that we have so standard armies, where one player is chariot faction, another is infantry based faction, and third player is cavalry faction. So let's say, for instance, that we have here Pontus on the left side, and like this I'll present archers. There is infantry, and here is light troops, so chariot archers and the light cavalry, Jacobs. And let's say that we have here some chariots that show up like this, and let's say, for instance, that in center we have Carthage. So let this be Carthage. They're slingers. Here's its infantry, and here let it be cavalries or light cavalries or whatever. And let's say that we have Scythia on the right flank. So here there are archers, and here is its cavalry and light troops. Let's say that like this, these factions will have some kind of skirmish advantage. So let's show how battle should look with skirmish advantage. So let's say that the opponents are Seleucids here, let's say, don't know, Macedon in the center, and Armenia on right flank, actually their left flank, and like this. Of course, the point have here some skirmish advantage, so just like have Scythia, and let's say that Macedon is the only advantage against Carthage, but that's not actually the case if these two can do good archer wars, so Macedon perhaps will have to help them, and after that where Carthage will have the advantage. The basic thing is that archers should be connected, so this is our side. We will watch how this side should play, and let's say that the archers should be connected from one red line to another red line. So archers must be connected if you want to have good archer wars, so good skirmishing, and like this, good everything. Like this, you can win the battle. It's very important to allow, in any case, even if you have a skirmish disadvantage, that opponents surround you by any costs, because by modern standards, playing in blob, especially in team game, isn't that good. So let's say that our opponent team will play in blob, so they will play a bit more defensive. Let's say that's them. Like this, our team will play probably aggressive, cause no need to play carefully there. I mean, of course, always good to play carefully, but it can be played very aggressive in this case. This blob is in many cases called classic Russian defense, because Russian clans like to play in blob, and this can be very dangerous. For instance, if best USSR players play, because they coordinate very well, they speak on Skype, and they know what they are doing. But in most of the cases, this is an obsolete tactic for team games, and I'll show you why. Let's say that Pontus will actually press immediately as the strongest faction here. He'll press Seleucid, and with everything, and will play aggressive with these light troops. Of course, chariots are there, like infantry. Two chariots will be as help for Scythia, so that it won't be easily rushed or anything. Because Pontus can here play very aggressive immediately. Scythia can do this as well against Armenia, because of great firepower, and because maidens are better against cataphracts. So let's say that Scythia is also taking this surrounding position. In this case, these two factions should attack first, so go to archer war, because they have firepower, and only the Carthage expose itself first. So Carthage goes last in archer war in this case. Carthage going last in this war. So infantry should be just as support for its slingers, so they won't be rushed. Cavalry can be used as help here, but perhaps don't even need, because these factions have advantage here. So Carthage should use its light cavalry as a support for its own troops, or if any of these two factions is rushed to support them. Let's say, for instance, that because like this blob will be very easily shot to the death. I mean, first it's missiles, then everything. So at one point this blob will have to rush. Let's say that they rush in the center, but usually that's not how pro-rush goes. Pro-rush goes when there are some curves, so army should go like this. So pressing, let's say, first right flank, then moving to the left and filing on the center, and something like this. But let's say standard rush through the center. In this case, Carthage should retreat, so no engagement, because You see, each of these cavalries or infantries in this team play separately. So it's playing where player must have feeling when he's weak and undefended, and to retreat. So that's the basic thing where every player in this tactic must know that. Otherwise, he can be easily rushed and destroyed, while other two cannot support him well. In this case, there's coming to chaos. So this is how Mongols actually played, or how Hannibal used tactic in Battle of Cannae against Romans. So as you can see, Carthage is here retreating, which allows space to Scythia to do even more curving here and to totally surround this blob, which already moved here. As you can see, this blob is here now. Okay, I used wrong color. This blob is here now, and as you can see, Scythia already surrounding this blob. So it's doing Pontus, and with all these light troops here around, you can see that this blob here is totally surrounded, and it will be destroyed very easily. And this team here is destroyed. So what we can learn from all this, I mean, basic things. It's that need to play when you have firepower advantage. You need to play very carefully and to try to surround your opponent by all means, to use your firepower. But you need to know from which side you're first engaging. In this particular example, it is shown where on both flanks you're stronger in this firepower, and you're using this power and surrounding your opponent, where your opponent will for sure be destroyed, because usually in this case the opponent can do very little to defeat you. So okay, this was the example number 1. Okay, now we will pass to new example, where you have firepower only at one flank, and the opponent is stronger on the another flank. Okay, so let's say we have again Pontus here on left flank. So this is some Pontic army. Okay, we have now, let's say, Macedon here. Again, infantry faction here in the center. And let's say that on the right flank we have, what faction isn't that skirmish based, let's say, don't know. Okay, let's use Carthage for an example, doesn't matter. And okay, Carthage here now have some infantry, but it is more cavalry based. So these two won't switch, so Carthage have stronger kind of cavalry here. While the opponents have, okay, let's say again Seleucids here. In the center is, let's say, don't know, Romans, and on this flank we have Scythia. Let's say that this team plays smart and they won't play in blob. So in this case, again, playing very carefully, but Pont, of course, is attacking here with everything. Already sent these two chars, okay, here to support Carthage against the aggressive Scythians. So Pont is playing aggressive, while Sel, of course, is retreating. It's not easily to hold the aggressive playing of Scythians there. But since this team is smart, Scythia is also pressing Carthaginians. In this case, what is smart to do is, if you are sure that your player on the left side is really stronger than their player on the left side, is that you can actually retreat and take this position and play defensive. So it's what we call snake moving, where one flank is pressing, another is retreating, and so on. But at one point, for instance, if this Rome screws somehow, or press too hard, or stay behind, this is a place where Macedon can actually help. So for instance, to enter here in fight and to defeat Sele. In this case, these Carthaginians are retreating even more because Scythians will press. If Scythians decide to help to these factions, this is the moment where Macedon will retreat again here and take this position against Rome. And this is the moment where Carthage actually can surround Scythia, which is very good. We have now again position where we totally surrounded the opponent. Okay, that's the perfect scenario, but there is an option where Pontus isn't that strong player, but he have to attack at this point because one team must attack. It's not good to wait that Scythians attack while Pontus stay defensive against Seleucids. So Pont attacking anyway, but you're not sure that he can win on this flank. That's the point where Carthaginians staying here and do not retreating. That's the main thing where I said playing from one red line to another red line with archers and missile troops. It's important that Carthaginians take some position, that the here near line, of course not to camping, but to have some position where they won't allow to Scythian light troops to surround them or to take aggressive position. It's really important because in this case, as you can see, you are making this balance in this team. So they cannot press from the center, they cannot press here where they actually have firepower advantage. So even this player is weaker, he can win Seleucids because he have firepower advantage if he is doing good skirmish here. So that's why it's very important never to allow the opponent to surround you. Unless it is really good team, as I said, and you have this knowledge that you can use the situations where you're attacking 2 against 1, and in this case your player who is playing 1-on-1 need to retreat absolutely all the time. If you get better position and the player which is attacking your player retreat, then you have this position, so that this is the option number 2, or the option number 3, which is most of the cases repeating scenario, is where you have, so you have here, let's say this is one team, I'll use one color for this. You have this situation for this team and you do not retreat here. You have this position. It is much better position here than the opponents have. Let's say that they have position like this. As you can see, for skirmishing you have much better position and you can still win skirmish war no matter you are weaker here. Winning skirmish war, you're in big advantage over the opponent, so you can still skirmish, shoot their infantry, shoot their cavalry, have some missiles to mount Seleucid archers, if this is Seleucids, and you can win this battle. So it is very important formation and the positioning here, and not to allow the opponent to surround you by any costs. So this was the example number 2, and now we'll move to example number 3. Let's say this will be a scenario where all 3 teams have kind of similar firepower, so it's kind of 50-50. So let's say we again have Pontus here. same type of an army. We have, let's say, Romans here with aggressive cavalry build, and we have Armenia here also with aggressive cavalry build. While here we have, let's say, another Rome with also aggressive cavalry build and strong skirmish. We have Seleucids here, and let's say that we have here Parthia. So this is kind of even situation in this skirmishing. Let's say the Parthians are a bit stronger than Scythia. Rome can be kind of stronger than Pontus here, especially if Seleucids support them with chariots. And Rome can be stronger here than Seleucids, but they can do little to press Seleucids here, because Sela will have chariots to defend itself. So this is the situation where we have kind of equal firepower on both sides, and where you cannot press easily. So in this case, you must, if you want to attack, you must use your only place where you have better skirmishing, and it's in this case the center. So there don't even need to be these Romans. This can be Greeks or whatever. This is the scenario where you need to press from the center first in archer war. So you're going in aggressive archer war from the center, and you are pressing this faction. Let's say that in most of the cases Seleucids will retreat, but doesn't matter. You'll fire a few volleys. In case the others will also retreat, they will try to make the position where they will have the position like this, so to draw you in the center, but doesn't matter. You are retreating in this time. If they will do like this is the best scenario. You can wait for them to go to archer war and to have equal archer war, and you know that's something that in most cases happens. So center pressing, they're retreating, you're retreating again, and so on till archer war is finished. In this case we have equal archer war, and then we have equal situation where better chargers and better engagement will win. But in many cases Seleucids will accept this archer war, where you can shoot them a bit. So Romans will probably support them, or Parthians. In this case this Roman faction is in big danger. In this moment, if that happens, Seleucids can actually press here Rome. Also Armenians can press here Parthians, because these factions already sent some missiles to help to Seleucids in war against you. In this case you will have a small advantage, and because you will shoot with all your missiles here Parthians and Romans, and like this you also have winning situation in archer war, which is very good for you. Also you can surround for instance with your horse archers here them, and have better situation where you can win in archer war in this team game, where you are again getting big advantage. So this was situation 3, example number 3, and now we are moving to a situation where we have firepower disadvantage. So let's say that we have Seleucids here, Carthage in the center, and let's say Macedonians here, while the opponents have Pontus here. Romans here, and don't know, let's say Scythians here. Why didn't draw blob here, where your team would be in big problem and big disadvantage? I showed that in example number 1. It is really important to keep this strategy from one red line to another red line. This is what I usually say to my opponents. If you are playing even with goal against Egypt, you have to hold that line and not to allow that someone surround you. Of course, I'm speaking there hypothetically, because this goal faction would be supported with, let's say, Britons, if you have them in team. We're speaking where factions are kinda equally, and like this, Egypt wouldn't be able easily to pass this Gallic faction. It is really important to cooperate very well with light troops. So, for instance, here, Carthage would have to support Macedonians with, let's say, Javcavs here to fight against these horse archers. Or this Seleucid faction would have to make really good position here with their light cavalries, and let's say with peasant and infantry, so their missiles wouldn't be shot easily. Coordination in this scenario is really important. So it's really important to have this line all the time. So all the time. Even if you lose archer war like this, your losing in archer war is much less painful if you have this line, not any other. Because if you have line like this, you will be surrounded, and this formation isn't good for your missiles. You will lose and you will be in disadvantage. If you decide to attack, you saw what happens. You will be surrounded from all sides by your opponent and easily destroyed with everything. So it's really important to hold this right line and to have archer war like this. You will lose probably in even this scenario, but losing this archer war would be much less painful than any other. Also, in this situation, you will probably have something better, some units better than the opponents will have, or better infantry or better cavalry or something for the end. And like this, because you won't spend that much in missiles like they did, and like this, when their missiles are tired or something, you can do some good rush and eventually defeat the opponent. Okay, this was final example for how should look archer war. Now we will go for another example where I will show you how actually your team should move in team battles. Now I will just speak hypothetically. In this case, no need to speak about factions on both sides. I'll just use different colors. Like I said, in most of the cases, now I will use colors one for any team. They are coming to the situations where you have positions like this. It's when one stronger side pressing another opponent's, and another side of the opponent's army pressing your another side. And it's really important to have quick moves where you will press harder and quicker on one side and retreat also quicker on the another side. So like this, you can make a really big disbalance in the opponent's army. So if you create the situation like this, it is much better for you, where the opponent's army will stay like this if they are much slower. So it's really important to coordinate very well and to move your troops really quickly, because as you can see, this formation is much better for you, because like this flank will be totally out of fight. For instance, you can use these troops to press center here, where these troops will become isolated, while your center can press from here, and like this you will have the situation 2 against 3 against 2, which is very good. So even if play like this, you must know which player is faster. In this case, it's really important that in center plays the slowest player, but the player who will know when to engage, he will be this one who will know when to engage, when to support this flank. So as you can see, if this player is really aggressive and he started piercing this flank here, it is really important that this player knows where to attack, whether through center or to support directly here with some troops, especially because this one is coming also, and this one player is totally late. You can see oops, this isn't good, fucking antivirus. And like this player will be totally out of fight, while these 2 will be destroyed. Actually, one will be destroyed. Let's say that this one will retreat, but again we have the situation where one player is destroyed, and again we have 3 against 2 situation. This is one of the scenarios how should be played in team battles. If you have the perfect situation and perfect playing. You have also the situation where, okay, let me draw again 3 factions on both sides. There is the situation where you cannot attack, and where the opponent will play aggressively against you, and you have weaker firepower. In this case, it is sometimes very good. For instance, if this side is pressing you and these 2 are waiting, it is good to hold on till some of these skirmish troops are getting tired, and to try to do some very aggressive rush, because in this case, like I said, if you have weaker firepower, you will have something stronger, or infantry or cavalry. That is the rule in this game. And when it's skirmish troops are tired, just ignore these other guys, and you will press with everything here, supported, let's say, with these chariots and the light troops from this faction. In this case, it is really important how perfect rush in team games should look. It is really important that first goes heavy cavalry. Let's say that this faction have heavy cavalry, and it goes first. The second, immediately behind this cavalry goes chariots, and immediately after chariots goes light troops. What you're achieving like this, it's really bad if attack isn't coordinated well, because like this your heavy cavalry can be easily shot with the archers, or stopped with infantry, or even engage with 2 cavalries until these 2 chariots come. For instance, these 2, there can be 3 or 4, whatever, but usually there are 2 chariots, can be flamed or engage with other chariots, while light cavalry will be easily killed. It is really important to do like this in block and in this order, because like this you're having the best situation for mass rout. Heavy cavalry will push everything in front of itself, because if Chars are behind, engaged cavalry with your cavalry would be really silly thing, because chariots would easily kill them, and with this massive attack, there would be easy mass rout, especially because light troop, because missiles and everything are near, tired, weak infantry or whatever you have here can easily rout. Light cavalry, of course, goes there to kill every light troop here, or if there is already mass rout, to continue pushing them so that none unit would return. And like this, we're having totally annihilated this one faction here, while other two are sleeping and going in archer war. So let me add one thing, so that perfect rush would go well. It is good to wait that these two factions also engage in archer war against your factions. In most of the cases, if team is really strong, they won't go to help to this one team here, to this one player here, but they'll try to press these two factions with everything very strong, because they sent already some of their troops to help defeating this one faction here. In this case, it is really important that these factions should retreat, and it is good that they try to separate totally and to retreat all the time, because like this we will have again one player isolated, in this case this one here, where all these troops can return and help to this one guy here, defeating this green player, where he will be also annihilated. And at this point, this one player here can't even engage, but it's really good also to continue running until he comes with his troops and join with all these troops here, where it will be easily to destroy this one player after all here. So this was the example how also should look one of the team battle engagements. Also really repeating scenario. And now for the end for today, there will be more of these videos, of course, in the future. But for the end for today, I'll show you how should look team battle after finishing archer war, where both sides are kinda similar, and there are kind of only troops for the tough engagement, and all factions playing in blob. So let's say that we have here faction with very strong infantry, very strong infantry here, faction with very strong, so infantry is staying here, faction with very strong cavalry, which he is here in this formation, usually like this, and the faction with some, let's say, also decent infantry here, decently strong infantry, and some chars which should be kinda everywhere. So we have situation like this in most of the cases. And let's say that the opponent team have similar army with really strong infantry, with very strong cavalry here, and with some decent infantry and chariots. So like this we have entirely the totally same situation, and now you're wondering how to solve this situation. In most of the cases, it's better to attack here than to wait. It's my humble opinion, because if you attack, you usually have some plan. If you defend, you don't have any plan, and you're waiting that the opponent struck you with their own plan. And in this case, only what you can hope is that that God will be on your side. Also that is not the scenario which we like to see, where we are gambling. which is also very important to mention, is that you will be in blob. And again, I don't think it is good to be in blob, because like this, your cavalry won't have much space for good charging. Chariots will be usually too late, and won't be much useful, because the opponent can, let's say, waste 2 chariots to engage with yours. Some of yours will stay behind, like here, let's say, and meanwhile the opponent can do very good charges with cavalry and use 2 chariots to fight against this blob here. So usually the opponent can take you unprepared if you are defending, and like I said, when you defend, you rely on luck. While if you are attacking, you can have plan. Here it's not much important, but what idea I have to use here to win in this scenario. I can show you one. I won't show you 10. I can show you 30, 40, 50 different scenarios and tactics how to win in this situation. But it is not the point. Point was that I showed that it's much better to attack here than to wait to defend in blob. Let's say that one of the situations should be where you will threat for final engagement here with your infantry. Same with this one. You will move also frontally all your troops, and cavalry you will move all on one side, so all to have cavalry in one blob. In this case, the opponent usually try to have the engagement same like you wanted, or will just wait. If he wait, you see that this is not good scenario. If he follows you, also this is not good scenario. So he'll try to go for this engagement here with infantries. He will move cavalry also here with everything, and move chars so for direct fight with your chariots. In this case, what you can do is to continue moving your infantry on the left, let's say, where you can stop its cavalry. You can use your entire infantry as a bulk for stopping both cavalries and infantry, because he will move infantry there, he will move cavalry there. It will be really close, and if you want to retreat, you're using your cavalry, which you're retreating here, and using it to attack from another side. You can use one cavalry to stop, or to do blind engagement with the opponent's cavalry, while all other cavalry will move and do, let's say, striking from behind. To stop all these chariots, usually it is enough to move your infantry, the slow one, here. You will just defend your cavalry here with your infantry. Even the opponent engage, your infantry will be enough to stop these chariots. And with these chariots, these other chariots, you can just engage the opponent chariots here and among them. These two will be practically totally unused chariots in this situation. So let's say you will probably, perhaps, let's say, even lose this infantry fight, but you will definitely win this major fight here. Okay, I used wrong color again. This major fight here will be won by all means, because your cavalry will strike from behind. Even if the chariots strike on your cavalry, that won't be enough. They will be too late to win here. So in this situation, we will have some survived infantry here. Let's say small amount, but survived. We will have, let's say, some cavalry survived. No chariots. Your chariots will be wasted, let's say. But you can save, even in this situation, you can save even some chariot. And let's say that the opponent will have this, what was here, this big infantry. Some of them survived. No cavalry, or let's say even to have somehow few units of the cavalry survived, and let's say that one chariot will somehow survive. in this situation we have winning situation for this team, because infantry will decide this fight here, and more cavalry and everything. So you see what is better in this scenario, and which team would win. The point is to say that that it is much better to attack, because like this you have some plan, you're dictating the rules of the fight, much better than to defend, where you will do just some instinctive things without any tactics and plan. Okay, I hope that this video was helpful to you guys, and I'll try to do more similar videos. There is plenty of more materials for team games too. I think that I'll publish very soon part 2 for team games, and probably more of these painting things. Okay, that's it for now, and bye bye till the next meeting.